Rebecca Long-Bailey.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Now, today's debate is particularly important for me because Salford City College and other further education institutions in my constituency have had to battle savage cuts over the last 5 years. The college is also currently under review as part of the government's post-16 areas review policy, and indeed Salford City College was one of the 129 colleges to sign the open letter sent to the Chancellor earlier this month, and I wish to make clear my support for them today. Now, in the last Parliament, the 16 to 19 education budget fell by 14% in real terms. Funding for 18 and 19-year-olds was cut further so that provision for these students is 17.5% lower than for students aged 16 and 17. In July, it's important to note that the National Audit Office reported that the financial health of the sector had been declining since 2010. And in addition to this, the Further Education Commissioner warned that over 55% of colleges will be in financial difficulty by the end of next year. Now, despite these clear warnings, I do fear that the Chancellor appears to be gearing up for another round of cuts to further education in the spending review next week. Let me be perfectly clear. Colleges in my constituency simply can't cope with further cuts to their budgets. The City College has already had to lose teachers and support staff, make cutbacks in pastoral care and extracurricular activities, and drop a number of courses just to survive. Now, these services weren't just a luxury, they were integral to ensuring that the young people of Salford participated and excelled in education. If you're a person who comes from a poor background, where your family has suffered the savage effects of a lack of education and poor employment prospects, for generations, you'd be forgiven for having that feeling that aspiration isn't for you, it's only for a select few. And pastoral care and a wide range of courses are key to lifting these people out of poverty and breaking the cycle for their future children. How many young people without this support will now fall through the cracks of our education system? Now, this isn't just a bad thing in and of itself, but it's also economically short-sighted. Education is critical for employment, especially in constituencies like mine that have suffered from deindustrialisation and need both new jobs and a workforce that's equipped to do them. Media City, for example, is the hub of media creativity in the UK and is a fantastic asset for our city. But when it opened, hardly anybody there came from Salford, and we have had to work hard. We've had to fight tooth and nail locally to ensure that we have educational courses to upskill our young people and make sure that they can be employed there. However, this is all under threat. Now, you'd think from the rhetoric that the Conservative government are putting forward that they'd support the institutions that allow people who work hard to get on. But the cuts already inflicted on further education services and the threat of more to come, quite frankly, tell a completely different story. How does the government expect people to improve their skills when the vehicle for doing so is breaking down? How do they expect these young people, when they grow older, to gain well-paid employment that would ensure that they don't have to depend on financial assistance from the government? This isn't long-term economic planning, as the Chancellor would have you believe, and it does not lend itself to a sustainable welfare system in the future.